and it is the Council Framework Decision of 2008. That decision is from the EU. If you're interested in reading the whole thing, it's attached at the end of the document. So basically, I'm here to draw your attention to the EU's handling of hate speech. Now, the wording that we're getting on our bill does not come directly from the EU. That's not how it works. But the bill isn't. The EU passes what it calls directives, which provide an outline of what must be included in the laws of member states of the Union. So, the directive is then transposed, is the word they use, into local law. And what that means is they have to put it into local language, and then they have to accommodate some maybe local traditions or local customs. Now, this is why it sometimes takes many years for laws to actually come from the EU to actually into Irish law or anybody else's. Speak up. Right. The EU has been pushing hate speech laws since the 90s. But relevant for today, as I said, is the 2008 Council Framework Decision. In this, it provided provisions against public incitement of violence or hatred, or dissemination of tracts, pictures, etc., of violence or hatred. Basically, this document was just supposed to be stopping people more, louder. I gotta get Herman Kelly style on this, right? Basically, this document is just supposed to be stopping xenophobia or racism. Now then we have to fast forward to 2020, when our law started getting codified into law. Now, in order to do this, I have to talk about Ursula von der Leyen. And please, can we get a boo for Ursula von der Leyen? Thank you very much. In her State of the EU address, she said, "Hate is hate, and no one should put up with it." Well, that's great, but does she have a plan of how to get rid of hate? Yes, she does. In this, she said, the Commission will propose to extend the list of EU crimes, all forms of hate crime and hate speech, whether you belong to a race, religion, gender, or sexuality. You can see the list is starting to get longer. In support of this change, she cited the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights and Article 2 of the Treaty on the EU. She then continues, indeed, any form of discrimination, be it based on sex, racial or ethnic origin, religion or belief, disability, age, sexuality, or the list gets longer and longer. All of this stuff is going to be prohibited. So, and this is where it gets serious. This is where it matters for us now and where it matters for us in the future. Article 83(1) of the Treaty of the Functioning of the EU provides a list of areas of crime where the European Parliament and the Council can establish minimum rules concerning the definition and criminal offenses and sanctions applicable in all member states. So in step 1, the Council adopts the proposal to make hate speech one of these crimes under 83(1) that the EU can demand EU membership states submit to. And then you get step 2. The Commission proposes these directives on definitions and sanctions of hate speech and hate crime to be adopted by the European Parliament and Council. So let's be very clear. The proposed hate speech in Ireland wasn't some wacky idea our stupid politicians came to on some drunken night after hours in the pub. These laws are coming directly from the EU. Our government is only falling in line and following orders. Thank you very much.